I probably should have recorded Shield today, but I think I'll be fine if I do it tomorrow. I'm pretty sure he's got one that he can put out. But whenever it comes to that one, I always do like 4 or 5. It's like not enough, you know? But it's like Shield is almost double the duration of Kumo per episode. So it's like when I do 5 of Shield, it feels like I've done 10 of Kumo. So I need to do Shield more frequently. But, you know, that's fine. It's still a cool story. I also get, like, interrupted, and then I just get really annoyed. Because with Kumo, like, sometimes I get interrupted, and then I'm like, oh, alright, whatever. I was, like, 2 minutes in anyway. I messed up a part. I'm fine with restarting. What is that? Oh, no, fuck you. Oh, by the way, I'm on Skizak, if you couldn't tell. Oh, shit. I mean, that doesn't matter that much. That's still, you know, that's an oh shit moment. I guess we just fucking... Yeah, we go for that. Might as well. But what was I talking about? Shield? Yeah, no, I like the story. I just, do a lot less of it. I also just like it a lot less, maybe. Somebody left a comment on, I think it was Kumo, telling me about a story that was also, like, super good or whatever. And I was like, fuck yeah, I'll check it out. Something. Well, that's not exactly how it happened, actually. And apparently these teams are a lot weaker than I thought they were. Fucking took me 10 battle points trying to defeat earlier. Like, I feel like I did a shit, like a few weeks ago where I was taking this shit on easy peasy. But maybe I had a different setup back then. I don't know. Cause this is gonna take me a long ass time to actually do. I should really just, you know, give up. But we'll be fine. I mean, that's gonna do some kind of damage, but she's not gonna kill. Like, I don't know. I'm pretty sure, like, shit happened before where they were, like, level 40 or some shit, and I was just kicking ass. But whatever. I'll be fine. That could have just been because it was a special event, and that would have been the event just before this one, which was the Elemental Hall only event, I'm pretty sure. And it could have just been that the beginners area was just much easier than it usually is. I mean, that feels like it's the case now. I might have to go back to those episodes and actually see what happens, but I'm not going to remember which one it is the one that I'm using this account and attacking the fucking Elemental Hall. I'm pretty sure it happens, but, like, this is fucking crazy, you know? I'm still working on the first one, and I mean, I could just put more maidens in these teams, which is what I should have done, actually, now that I think about it. But, you know, I'm an idiot, so who cares? But no, that little fucking, yeah, somebody was telling me about another story thing, and of course they want me to do another series on it. Apparently it's like something super good. I've never heard of it before, and I mean, I hadn't heard of Kumo or Shield before I started them, so it's not like either of those are super popular. It's not like it was some sort of lucrative idea trying to get into doing any of those. I just like the stories, and apparently this is a story that's it's similar. It's another one of those fucking getting taken to another world kind of story, which both of those are. Both Kumo and Shield are. Shield is pretty standard. Kumo has quite a big twist. It's quite a big twist that I like. Shield is pretty standard, though. Shield has a lot of chuny moments in it, which I fucking love. It's hilarious. But Kumo I really like. Shield I like a little bit less. But apparently this one is also super good. And then it's like, do I be that guy that reads all of the crazy fucking taken to another world stories? Because there are a shit ton of those, right? And am I going to decide that that's the thing that I read a lot of? Because if I have 3 stories that are just that. So I mean, like, I'm telling this guy, you know, maybe I'll check it out or something. But I don't know if I'll do a full series. Maybe I'll just read it casually. And, you know, I told him it was cool if you know, like, if we wanted to just talk about it or something, like, if instead of doing a series on it, then just, you know, maybe I'll just read it casually and we can just, like, talk about it and discuss what happens and whatnot, because I'd be cool with that, and that would be a lot of fun. But fucking, because, like, it also depends on what kind of viewership am I gonna get from, like, I didn't directly ask that when I asked about this thing. Like I said, is it worth doing a series on? And included in that question, but not directly stated, was, am I going to get views? Are people going to enjoy this? And they just said, yeah. They just said, yeah, it's a good story, and it's definitely one good for a series. So I was like, you know what, maybe. You know, maybe. One interesting thing is I think the main character is 12 years old. Which is, I guess, different, you know? Fucking, Shield guy is over 20. I know, fucking Lee Hyun from, why am I still doing that? Let me fix this fucking team. But no, Lee Hyun from, Legendary Moonlight Sculptor, he's over 20 as well. I think he's at, like, 23, where I last left off. Maybe starts out at, like, 21 or something. But then I have a fucking 12-year-old pop in, and I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, sure. Like, I kind of want to know where it goes if you're gonna introduce and tell me that my main character is 12 and teleported to a world where there's like a harem or whatever. And I saw some art, and it was pretty good. Right, we're looking at damage to all enemies. What do you do again? Damage to all, right. And our crit girl, right, this is the exact same team, isn't it? No, we have the high rare. All allies attack up. All allies attack up or damage. Damage to all enemies. Oh, we want all enemies attack up because these are arch witches. Yeah. Where's our high rare? Right there. And let's go with the passion / other section. It's an unleasher, I think. Oh, goddammit. Let me fucking get rid of these guys. That's an unleasher. This is a healer? No, that's a buff. That's a light buff. We have barely any light. We have a critical light, though, so we'll think about having those two. And then skill nullification. I don't know about that. What are we looking at here? She's already in the other team. She's got some shit to her, right? Damage to all enemies. Damage to all enemies is good. And can't move for 3 turns. Can we squeeze that one in there? No, we can't. We cannot squeeze that one in there, but we should be able to squeeze like a rare, right? Another unleasher, yeah, barely any chance. But plus she's, you know, my favorite. She's only my favorite because I think she's super cute. Whenever I get her on my other account, I had to like look at her and she's like, ah, shit, it's the seagull. She's just swooping around, taking everybody's shit. And she gives it to the orphanage too. That's, you know, that's a fun way to think of it, right? When a seagull comes down and steals your shit, he's actually just taking it off to, well, she's actually just taking it off to the orphanage to give it to the poor. Plus she's cute. I like the kind of short hair look, but also the long braid thing. It's cool, and a little bandana. I think she's real neat. We don't have any bonus set up though. What do you do? Single ally recovers. That's not bad. And then like a hit or whatever. What do you? All allies recover. 30%, 10% chance. That's single ally. 50%, 10% chance. Can we get 2? I don't think we can. No, we totally can't. Maybe an army though, right? Cover and own soldiers. Enemy's defense down. Deal damage. Oh, well, let's just see if we can, first of all. Okay, we can. On attack up. No. So what's that other one? Deal damage. Critical damage. I don't know. I feel like I want like a buffer or something. Or even like a team buffer. Even if it's like tiny, that's probably going to be good, you know? All allies, defense up, battle start. That's not bad. Defense up, battle start. We can do that. What is this one actually? Battle experience? Oh, she's really expensive though. Yeah. They don't really want you to use those maidens. Or cards even. They're not maidens because they're not really people. But crit, yeah, because critical damage, I mean, it's critical damage, but it comes out of a normal card's attack amount, so it's kind of fucking you know? Otherwise, yeah, let's see what we can do here. Damage and absorb is actually really good, because that can keep you alive for a while if she's taken any damage herself. And that's a battle start, so I'm not going to give her too much. What are we looking at? 37. No, that's 3,000, and we're looking at. Oh yeah. That's fine then. Okay. And you. That's another battle start. But I'll let her live because she's a cool, and our buff will give her a cool. Or our buff is a cool. So she'll probably last a bit longer. I feel like this area is a dark area, though, and, like, none of those chicks were dark, but we are still jumping back into beginner, so we'll see what happens. Yeah, it's the dark area. Okay, best of luck. 1 battle point to take out both of them. Okay, it's not gonna work, but obviously I'll be able to refill with some Twitter shit or whatever. That's an Unleasher, so maybe I'll wait. Oh god, that is strong. That's another Unleasher. I want... God damn it. I didn't want that. See what we can do here, over here. See, she's taking a little bit of damage. Oh, let's suck a little bit back in. I wanted her to take some damage before we used her skill, which is what I was doing, but it heals so barely that was probably a terrible idea. But those two will stay alive a little bit longer in general because they have the fucking special area effect or whatever the fuck. And of course her skill heals herself, just barely. It's not really enough to do too much, but we're doing a lot more damage than we were before, which, you know, makes sense having a lot more maidens than we did before, or at least maidens that didn't die instantly. Has she bursted yet? If she bursted, like, right there, we may have been able to pull this off, but in general, we're still doing much better than we did before, which is great. And we'll get to see how well this team does, kind of, for a few seconds. Should do well, you know? It also always depends, you know, no matter how high level you are, it almost always depends on skills being activated, unless it's the auto skill, or auto team on my other account. That team just doesn't, that team is all completely auto, that team just wins. That team just wins. There's no defeating that team. Unless it's a legendary. Legendaries, that team cannot defeat legendaries. But level 500s, easy shit. Easy shit. And that's great. Okay, so was that? No, that was just one. Now we gotta recover. I kind of want to let this team try to get its revenge, but I also want to see what this team can do. So let's pop a little bit more into fucking whatever the fuck her name is, just because I like having it at max, you know? It could come down to the wire of, like, barely any left. Is that an Unleasher? That's damage. Okay, good. That's damage. Her fucking skill, it does just a little bit more than that's the crit. Yeah, that's the crit. Her skill just does just a little bit more than her actual hit. So this team is much stronger than the other one. But we did get the buff in, right? No, yes, we did. We did get the buff in. So, you know, it makes sense. Is that an SR? What do we get? Let's get her. We didn't get her. We didn't get it. We didn't get the SR. That's fine, though. That's cool. That's cool. I'm fine with this. Let's stay out of Elemental Hall, though, for now, because, yeah, we're out of it. We are done with that. Well, what day is it now? Isn't it a Passion Day? Yes, it is. We don't have any keys, though, so it doesn't matter. Awesome. Do I have a glass of water somewhere? I want a glass of water. I should have got a glass of water. I'm recording it at, like, weird, because I was going to record at 9. And I think it's, like, almost 9 now, but what I was going to do is what I would usually do is, you know, Thursday, 8 o'clock, DC's Legends of Tomorrow comes on, and then after that, hey, I'll record my video, and then everything's fine. And then it's like, oh no, DC's Legends of Tomorrow is postponed because of a football game, and it's going to be on at 10, I guess. Although football games don't last on an exact amount of time, so I really hope they don't just expect you to wait until the, like, I don't know, sometimes they go longer, sometimes they go shorter, I think usually they go longer, though, so I might have to still wait and stay up until the fucking game goes off for me to watch a new episode. It's, like, really annoying, too, because this particular episode is one that I really want to watch. for reasons I won't get too much into because that's a little bit spoiler territory, but it's going to be a really good episode. Probably. Yikes. I kind of lost my train of thought there. What was I talking about? Fucking... Right, when I'm recording. So then it's telling me, okay, I have to do it at 10, and then I'm just like, alright, well, that's fine. I'll just fucking wait, you know? I'll fucking, yeah, so then I'm just recording now. It's like 8:30 or whatever the fuck. So, just fucking, yeah, record and then be able to upload it. Maybe have it early. For the chat. Or not. I just, like, I want to do that, but I'm not usually awake for the 11:30, you know, when the video actually goes up. Because, I just, you know, I'm trying to go to sleep a bit earlier, so I'll just record it, and then I'll upload it, and then I'll make sure that Dave schedules it, and then I can feel comfortable going to sleep, because I know it's going to be up. But you can't have it scheduled and unlisted at the same time. It's really annoying. So when it's unlisted, it's private to everyone unless you have the link, so it's kind of like it's not private anymore. It's like public, but not... It's unlisted. It's not accessible from, you know, any main pages. You have to have the direct link to it. And, you know, that's very useful. And that's how I would share it to the chat, which is something I did for a time. But what I would have to do there is, you know, I would have to have it unlisted, and then I would have to make sure it gets switched from unlisted to public at 11:30. And there's no way to do that automatically. There's no way to just schedule that to happen, to the best of my knowledge. So then I have to trust that Dave does it, unless I do it myself, and to do it myself I'd have to stay awake, and to trust that Dave does it is a terrible idea, because sometimes he just fucking forgets, or he falls asleep, or he's just late. So I just have him schedule it, and then I no longer do the early episode thing. Nobody really complains, you know. People usually just watch the episode on their own time when they have like a free time or whatever. And I like that it's, you know, it comes out on a schedule, and despite your time zone, it's always going to come out at exactly the same time. So if you have some sort of schedule built in where it's like, oh, this is the time when I can watch the new episode, then it's like, boom, there you go, you know? Maybe like after school, or you know, before work, or like in the morning or some shit, or at night, or whatever the fuck, or just whenever the fuck you feel like it, you know? Like, I like having that daily thing just because, I don't know, it's just fun to have a daily thing, and then people could just pop in whenever the fuck they want, you know? It's like, oh, I got some time, let's just watch a Zeke video. Like, my friend does that, but he does that with other videos very, very rarely. He doesn't watch the series because he doesn't give two shits about VC, but he was telling me about my girlfriend note video the other day. Apparently he had one of the same problems that I had during that video, and he was like, ah, and I was like, oh shit, I totally did a video on that. That was a lot of fun though. Should do more one and dones and things. Well, that is tomorrow, isn't it? Yeah, that's tomorrow. Lots of things to do tomorrow. One and done. And although haven't I been doing that on Saturday? I usually record it on Friday and then release it on Saturday, because I don't like to release it until it's got a thumbnail, and then just it gets a thumbnail whenever the fuck Dave decides it gets a thumbnail, you know? Because he'll be the one that makes it, and I just kind of let it wait until he's done with the thumbnail. And sometimes it can just take months, and sometimes I just don't really remind him, and then it just never comes out because it's just a video that I don't like. But if it's a video that I like, I usually remind him, and I'm like, fucking get it out, you know? Usually, if it's a video I like, I'll mention that I had done it in VC, because then it's like there, and then it's like, okay, I don't want to lie about this thing, you know? I won't always say that when it'll come out, but I'll say that I had done it. Like, there are two that I've recorded and skipped, and I've talked about those, but I talked about them much after I had already recorded them. I just didn't like them. I deleted them. Well, the one that I uploaded, I didn't delete yet. It's still uploaded, but it's not released. It's not yeah, it's not public. I don't like, Dave can watch it, and Dave can tell me if it's a good idea to release that one. But there's another one that I uploaded and didn't even fucking produce or whatever, 'cause I just didn't like it. Not going to say what the games were, for reasons I can't quite think of, but just not going to. And that's, that's cool or whatever. But, yep. I was going to say this in chat earlier, but I forgot to. So I'll say it here, because I didn't have my phone on me at the time, but I had a little thought, and I thought about a thing that I could have said. And I was going to say that, I was going to say something along the lines of, this is like one of the least manliest things to say, but I don't like cutting meat. I'm just not good at it. It's just fucking, give me a pig and a knife, and I just don't know what the fuck I'm doing, I like that deli shit, when it's like pre-cut. It's like, there you fucking go. There's your slices, throw that shit on your sandwich. I don't like the chopping off giant chunks. I don't get it. I don't know where to cut. I don't want to, like, fill my ass up with bones and fat and shit like that. I don't do that. But that's, I should do a lot more cooking in general. That's a good skill to have. Just learn cooking. It's just be cool. One thing I do actually want to get into that I've never tried, but I think I could have a hand at is whittling. Whittling and like carving and things. I mentioned in the thing with Jua that I really like videos about, people making shit, and fucking woodcrafting videos are fucking cool as hell. Woodcrafting in general is cool as hell, like spinning wood crafts and shit, making your own spoons or whatever the fuck. And just like carving and whittling and stuff, like it's really cool. Like, yeah, I sort of thought it over, and my problem with two-dimensional art, pen and paper kind of art, and why I can't do it, when I think I can't do it, is like, when I go down to draw something, I can have an idea in my head, but I don't, like, I can't understand, like, the proportions and the angle and things, because I perceive almost everything in three-dimensional space. Even a two-dimensional medium like anime is drawn under the guise of a three-dimensional space, because these are human characters and they're in an environment. So I understand this environment as this wall is further back, this person is in front, this person's in front of this other person, and they can turn their head or whatever, and I just see it, I envision it as a 3D space. And I can understand that going one way, but I can't go it the other way. And when I try to think of something to draw, it's this three-dimensional object thing in my head. But then it's like, I try to draw it, and I just can't get the angles or the proportions. And maybe it's a skill I can figure out eventually. But I don't know. I just don't like drawing, right? And then I'm thinking, like, I've always been pretty good with Legos and things, because I'm really good at imagining 3D space, physical objects and things like that. Just fucking put a cube in my head and spin it around. Pop shit out of it, building shit and stuff like that. I really enjoy that. Like, there's a thing I made for, like, almost no reason at all. My mom had left some fucking, we're about to deal so much damage right here. My mom had left some, I don't remember what it's called, but it's the shit that connects the floor to the walls, and it's like really thin shit. It just covers that, and it was supposed to go in my room, in my old room. It was supposed to go in there, but it never got put in, and I actually used the crack that was left in between the wall and the floor to put a fucking cord in, like a really thick cord running, like almost like the entire length of one of the walls, just because of the position of where the outlets were set up and where my desk was. So that was actually super great that I had that little space, because I could hide that cord in there. We also built over it accidentally, because where my old room was, they added a bathroom, and they were putting in the wall, and the cord was still there and plugged in, and they were like, oh shit. We need to rip some shit out and pull that out before we actually have to destroy this cord, because we're putting in walls. Oops. Thankfully, it survived because that power strip is one of my greatest possessions, honestly. Because it's got fucking surge protection, and it's got like 8 different fucking outlets on it, and a little spot at the bottom where you can extend fucking phone wires as well. I think it also may be able to go through get fucking cable wires through that, and of course the surge protection helps with that. You know, if something crazy happens with the outlet or whatever, nothing's gonna go wrong with the other shit or whatever. I don't know. I just think it's cool. It's cool as hell. I don't have that particular one set up right now just because I don't have the need for its length, because it's just a ridiculously long and thick cord, and then fucking it's great. It's in my closet somewhere in a drawer or whatever the fuck. But yeah, what was I talking about? No, so this little thing, I looked at its shape and I just thought in my head, I could take these little parts, I could cut off little parts, and I can make a tiny little robot guy out of it. Because, like, the shape it's like... How do I describe it? It's like if you take an oval, almost, like I can draw it here, like an oval, and then you cut it. And you cut it like that, and then each 4 corners are the thing. So its main body was made of those 4 corners, like I cut it into fourths, and I made those 4 corners, and then it had little legs of thin parts, and little arms of little thin parts, and a flat part for his head. And I still have it somewhere. I think I lost its head because its head had fallen off once, and then I had the fantastic idea of putting a screw where its head was so that its head could swivel. And that worked. It just meant that it would pop out every now and then, and I think just in the changing rooms, I'm pretty sure I may have lost its head, which I'm super sad about, but I think its body is in a box somewhere behind me. But so I just made this little tiny robot guy, just not even bigger than my phone. So it's just like cool as hell. It's just like, this is great. And I really like doing that. I really enjoy doing that. And I don't know. I kind of want to get into whittling things or something like that. Because, you know, I had done it with my pocket knife at the time, because my pocket knife had a saw and a file, and that was pretty much all I needed. So I sawed off the little parts, and then I filed them down so they were smooth. And, you know, I made a crotch for it too. Like the guy, I don't know the exact lengths, but I think his legs are just a hair shorter than his arms, but his arms reach down to like a crotch area, but his legs like shoot up inside like a torso, you know, like it. Oh man, maybe I'll like take a picture or something. I probably won't, but I'm terrible at describing things. But no, see, like it fucking, like it went down. His arms reached from his shoulder to his crotch, but his legs were up a little bit more, so that it just looked like he had like a crotch kind of thing, and just legs sticking out or whatever the fuck. I don't know. I had to give him a crotch so that it looked like his legs would kind of be able to move. Even though the legs... I had an idea for how I would make it work, but then I figured out that carving that particular thing would just be really, really difficult with the tools I had at hand. So I didn't. I was really happy that I was able to make the crotch work and the head and things. But yeah, it's just fucking wood and hot glue, because I had a hot glue gun, and I just fucking... That's how I put it all together. And a screw for the head after the head come off. Just because the head is held on kind of loosely, but... Alright, whatever. Take care of yourself.